Hello, not exactly how I expected to start January. I'm hoping we're back in the room next week. To make life a little bit easier, since we're doing this remotely, I thought we'd just kind of take it easy this week and let's just warm up by reviewing the order of operations and how to evaluate an expression for the first day. All right. And of course, we'll need the order of operations. Lots of memory devices. Some of us like those purple elephants that merrily dance after sunset. Some of us are like, no, I want the purple ears make dairy animals super. Parachuting emus may drop around Seattle. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That's probably the one that most students, if they have one of these weird stories, comes up with. A lot of students are just know, hey, it's PEMDAS. I just remember PEMDAS. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. And whoa, we're getting chased away by purple dragons? What on earth are these purple dragons doing here? Another one. Purple, energetic, magic dragons appear suddenly. Ugh, that's a mouthful. Okay. Remember, we're not solving here. We're not looking for mystery number X. We're just going to evaluate the expression. So we're going to go in the regular order here. We will do anything inside parentheses first. We will then look for exponents. That will get done second. And then you have to remember it's multiply or divide from left to right. It's not multiply first and divide second. It's multiply or divide from left to right. And then finally, it's add or subtract from left to right. Again, there's some confusion there. Sometimes students want to do all the adding first and then all the subtracting second. Nope, add or subtract from left to right. We're going to take a look at not one, not two, but three examples. Hey, first example, I don't see any parentheses. I can skip over that. I don't see any exponents. I can skip over that. Hey, I do see some multiplication or division. So I'll have to do the 5 times 2 to start with. 5 times 2 is 10. Now I can look for any adding or subtracting. I see both, so I need to go from left to right. So 7 subtract 3 gets me 4. 4 plus 10 is 14. And there's the answer to the first example. Let's get another example up here. Ooh, parentheses and exponents. Cool. Now remember, if I don't see anything between that 7 and that set of parentheses, that's implied multiplication. So that's 7 times the quantity 13 minus 3 squared. Okay, parentheses first. Inside those parentheses, ooh, I see an exponent and I see subtraction. I do exponents before subtraction. So inside those parentheses, the exponent 3 squared. 3 times 3 is 9. Now I can do the subtraction. 13 subtract 9 leaves me with 4. So I did everything inside the parentheses first. I had to do the exponents before the subtraction. And now that there's nothing else left inside the parentheses to do, the only thing I've got left is 7 times 4. That's multiplication. 7 times 4 is 28. That's the answer to the second example. Okay. We've got a third example. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, look at this. We've got a square root symbol. Remember, we want to start with parentheses first. And for those of you saying, hey, we don't have parentheses, yes, we do. That square root symbol acts as a grouping symbol. In other words, it acts like a set of parentheses. So we have to do inside the parentheses first. So I have to do the 17 plus 8, which gets us 25. All right. Now, I don't see anything else inside parentheses, so I move on to exponents. And I see an exponent. Remember, the square root symbol is an exponent of 1/2. So that's what I have to do next. Square root of 25 is just going to be 5. Now I can look for any multiplying or dividing. 4 times 5 is 20. Finally, I can look for adding or subtracting. 3 plus 20 is 23. And that brings us to the end of the third example. If you want to submit your work by emailing me an attachment or emailing me a photograph of what you did with pencil and paper, or I usually don't do this, but since we're remote at the moment, I'm going to enable the submission button on Schoology. So if you prefer to just submit via Schoology, you can do it that way also. I usually try to make worksheets available both as a worksheet and as a PDF. It works quite well if I send them through the email. Problem with Schoology is when I post a Word document on Schoology, anything I use with the equation editor can get corrupted and comes out really weird. So if you're going to print something out at home, I recommend you just print out the PDF. If you want to open a document and just edit it on your computer, the PDF is going to come out really, really nice. For the Word document, if you can download the Word document and then save it on your computer, it'll work out quite nicely. If you try open it in Schoology, you can get some really odd looking things. But however you want to work with it, however you want to submit it, we're going to see if we can make this week a successful week, hoping that we are back in class next week. And if we're not back in class next week, well, then I'm going to have to get real creative on making sure we can actually pick up and move forward.